I like this a lot. Sonya's going to punish Muradin, but this means Relics probably has to pick another warrior. They already got a warrior and a melee assassin. They have to decide if they want to have a range damage dealer, of which who's left? Probably Tychus. Not a very exciting option. Lunara, maybe. But the point here is that as a Sonya in front, you got to deal with this Sonya. Sonya's absolutely awesome in peeling off the front line. A lot of players think that Sonya is good against squishy heroes. Yes, she is, but you always want to make sure that you land those slam in front. It is going to be an Abathur instead. This basically means that you can have two Thralls and also overwhelming map control and pressure. Of course, the teams at BlizzCon last year, they don't want to play against Abathur before, and very simple reason. They want to have a clean game. But here at Sky Temple, it seems like Relics is going to have the early game pressure already from Abathur. And Sage Gaming, they look like they went for an absolutely teamfight-centric lineup. Very scary. Very, very scary for them to have this kind of a lineup against an Abathur where they don't have the potential to soak a lane. I mean, who there can soak a lane? You're looking at Kel'Thas, maybe. Maybe Sonya. That's about it. But you don't want to waste those heroes in lanes. I would say the best bet would be Kel'Thas right there. And if you go into team fight, there's the Mighty Gust to work with, there's the Sundering to work with. It's not to say Sage Gaming is already off of the count, but they're going to make sure that execution has to be flawless. You have to go in and lock down on Thrall, wipe him out immediately. That is possible at level 13, but the problem here is that the early game is not going to be smooth for Sage Gaming. It's looking like it will be pretty rough for them already with an Abathur on the side of Relics. Overall, a very good draft. Personally, you ask me, both very wacky. Of course, Sage Gaming is a lot more consistent than Relics, but Sage Gaming is not a team that's known to play two warriors in the front line like that. So, still wacky for them. Thrall coming out already for Relics seems like a very interesting strategy, probably sending a message that they are well-versed in all heroes and that they are very comfortable with playing in this role. By the way, Mur has transitioned into the melee brawler / assassin role. So it's a bit of a trade up there. Trinity is going to be playing the Abathur for sure, is the specialist player. Or rather, the Abathur specialist player. He only specializes at playing Abathur. Of course, he can play also Sylvanas, he can also play Zagara, but the point here is that his Abathur is a notch above the rest of those specialists that it's going to be interesting to look at. Now, in terms of heals, well, Kel'Thas got to keep up. He's got to keep up with the team if he wants heals or if he has to stay in the backline. But for Relic, seems to be a very generically open heals. A bit weak against Burst, so Sonya and ETC, if they lock it down on the same target, Thrall that is, it will be pretty easy to pick up Thrall. I would still say that in terms of giving favor for this composition, Sage Gaming does have a bit of an edge, maybe 55% against 45%. The main reason for that is that in most engagements that that are centric around one objective, one temple, you have that ability to go in and to definitely pick off targets. A lot of bursts, level 13 on, Sonya, Kel'Thas, a bit of crowd control from the ETC, Raynor peeling consistently against the Muradin, a lot of nice damage from that hero itself, and generally just a lack of good crowd control from Relics. Yes, they have a lot of disengage mechanic, the Mighty Gust, the Sundering, but if they really want to go in and dive a target, it's going to be up to Muradin and Thrall, maybe the Entangler to follow up. We'll see how that's going to work out. So personally, I think that Sage Gaming is going to have the lead here. But I also think that at the same time, they can be outplayed if Abathur is soaking the lane really well, if Relics chooses to disengage and not fight that solo bottom temple objective, if they choose to go for what we call in the old school the split push strategy. We'll see how this works out for both teams. We're going into game, ladies and gentlemen. Relics and Sage Gaming, the first ever SG Pro League. This is the spring qualifier, by the way, guys. Spring qualifier, and I'm very happy to say that this is also the first ever spring game we're going to see in all of 2016. Thank you for tuning in. For all the viewers from NA and EU for staying up. For EU, I don't think you're staying up. I think you're kind of behind. So, well, good afternoon, sirs. But on the side for NA, thank you for staying up so late. It's really, really nice to have you guys join this stream. Here we go. Game number 1, Relics versus Sage Gaming. And already we can see on the blue team, it is going to be Relics, resident champions of 2015 for Southeast Asia. They're now playing the Pro League. It's a winner-takes-all kind of a tournament. There's also a prize pool on the line here, but we'll see what Relics can provide. Trinity playing as the Abathur, by the way. Mur playing as the Thrall. Zaze onto the Feldstad. We also got Julian. He'll be playing as the Malfurion. Yu Yang will be playing as the Muradin. And on this side of the house, we got Sage Gaming, previously known as Hazmat Bandit. If you realize in this team, there's this one guy called Revenant. He used to be on that side, the blue team side, but it kind of changed. He kind of like the raid team right now. He has just formed a new team, absolutely new team. And we got him playing as the ETC. Nelra, he just joined the team recently. He'll be playing as the Karazim. We got Hyrene playing as the Rainer. Zerkion will be playing as the Kel'Thas. Last but not least, Derp will be playing as, I hope not a very derpy Sonya. Here we go. So already you can see Relics splitting the lanes. They're not really interested in engagements, and by right they should not be. They're looking at the experience pre-level 10. They want to get a level 10 as much as possible, as early as possible, with as much of a lead as they can get against Sage Gaming. Now for Sage, what do they want here? They want some occasional pickoffs if possible. They kind of have a huge problem soaking out lanes. Sky Temple's not a small battleground. It's not a small one. If this is Tomb of the Spider Queen, oh yeah, Sage, the rate for them winning this competition is rough. It's going to be up to about 60%. But this is Sky Temple. We're talking about what used to be my ex-favorite battleground here. But now it looks like it is Towers of Doom. Top lane, Julian dropping a little bit of HP there, but we'll be fine. Revenant pulling back again. Temple spawning. We got a bit of a window here to talk about talents. Seems like it is going to be the Locust build coming out here quickly for the Abathur and the Seasoned Marksman onto the Feldstad. We also can see that it is going to be the Scouting Drone coming out here for the Malfurion for more vision. Not much of a heal on that part. And also Thrall with the Lightning build. Very, very nice. Muradin going for what we call Reverberation for sure. And on the side here for Sage, it looks like it is going to be rolling like a stone. As well as Seasoned Marksman plus Sonya going for Wall Paint. A bit of a basic attack heal coming to play here, as well as Mana Addict for Kel'Thas. Last but not least, it is not the Iron Fist. How could it be? It's the solo healer. It's definitely going to be Transcendence for our very nice Bolt-looking friend. Temple-wise, we're looking at Relics picking up the mid-temple. Bit of a nice contest coming in the form of Hyrene. He probably is going to be able to pick up this Muradin, but Abathur swings by, and he will get a little bit extra bonus with the last few charges, but the top temple seems to be pretty much contested. Most of it did go to the red team. How much of it? A lot of it. When you see the healing wall going down, that means that they got more than 75% off the temple, and they will also get those 5 extra bonus charges. That is going to help decimate a lot of HP on the top temple. But not to say the Relics did not snatch away a little bit. They got a maximum of 3 to 4 charges looking at the HP of this tower right here. Zay swings by. Probably enough for a kill. Yu Yang goes in, secures it. Rainer is the first to go down in spring. Hyrene will forever be remembered for that. Derp pulling back should be okay. The Hammerang coming out as well. Meanwhile, Revenant, a little bit of trouble there, getting killed back up quickly by Nelra. Seems like Yu Yang's the one in a bit of a trouble. It's going to be okay with Dwarf Toss. Here comes the boss. Very, very nice spawn animation. That is one of the best spawn animation for a boss you can actually find in this game. So level-wise, 6 against 5. Relics already having a bit of a lead here. They were very careful to place Zaze at the bottom lane. They were very careful to have Abathur soak the top, knowing that they cannot go and contest the temple. Just a little bit of a lead, very, very slight lead. Not too bad, really. At this point in time, both teams decide to rotate to the siege camp, and we're going to talk about talents a little bit more as well. Seems like we're going to have a full-on lightning build at level 4 as well. That's going to be right the lightning. And for Muradin, actually going to go for Thunderclap. Thunder Burn going to play here. That's going to be a bit extra damage as well. And you get a bit more on the hammering buff for the Feldstad, including the Power Throw and Secret Weapon. Abathur going for Toxicness. Now, this is the main reason why it's so successful for Relics. They just land all of this Toxicness in between, slowing the rotation of a teamfight-centric composition. This is very effective. We've seen Relics do this all the way since July. So Sage, especially with Revenant in that team, he clearly knows this strategy. And it's frustrating because there's nothing they can do against it at this point in time. But we also see Enduring Growth coming into play. This is hinting at a possible life steal level 13 for Malfurion. That's going to be pretty good for him. Now, what I want to see at this point in time is I don't want to see Relics contest this temple. I think that they can, but they have a bit of a lead. They should be soaking. Maybe put up a bit of a fight. Let Abathur soak up the top lane. We'll see what's the point here for them. It looks like they're still going to try and hold up this fight. But 5 versus 4, it's going to be very tough right now. Yu Yang a bit out of position. You see, it's very, very careful. The positioning from Relics. Very, very careful. Making sure that they don't get caught out like that. Yes, they cannot contest this temple, which is why you should be soaking the mid lane. But it doesn't matter. Revenant looking for the power slide. It will not be enough for a takedown against the Muradin. It is not good enough. Realizing that, Feldstad goes to the mid lane, soaks up a bit of EXP there. That's good. This is going to be the redemption race here for Sage. They realize that even getting maximum charges off this temple, they're not going to catch up in terms of EXP. Because they're losing EXP at the mid lane, they're also probably going to lose EXP at the top lane. I wish that Feldstad, after going to the mid, went to the top instead to help Abathur push. Because both of these towers have got so much ammunition, they're going to be able to decimate this EXP pool right here. And Kilthas, he is swinging by. Possible gank attempt if they were in the right position, but they were not. But, well, damage has been done. They have one full level, and who cares about temple charges when you can go and push in the bottom lane like that? They take out the healing wall as well, and you have a lot of damage already on both sides in terms of structures. Still very exciting to see. Level 10 already hit by Relics. It's going to be Tranquility as well as the Ultimate Evolution. We also got a Mighty Gust, Sundering, and Avatar. Looks to be very good. They will get the bottom temple, or rather, bottom fort. This keeps them ahead in terms of EXP. We see Abathur going to the mid lane to soak again. Not really body soaking, but at the mid lane applying a bit of pressure there. Top lane, he's just buying some time. This is very essential. As much of a time as he can buy, if he can force them to not pot back home, the bottom lane can continue to apply a lot more pressure. Zay swings by. Hammerang is a complete fail. Trinity, he wastes his ultimate evolution like that. Would have been a lot better if he flew here anyway. Trinity goes in, looking for a possible takedown against Derp. But gonna be okay. They pick up a very nice spare Siege Giant. And they will also be going for their very own Siege Cam on the left side of this battleground. Trinity, free tries, why not? Zerkion nearly going down. Great plays there by Trinity. Not an absolute waste, but he did buy a lot of time. Just not enough. So level 10 getting hit here by Sage Gaming. We're looking at a Mosh Pit. Hyperion coming to play is Wrath of the Berserker, as well as the Phoenix and a Divine Palm. So going for a full-on support on the Karazim. You also see it is going to be the Echo of Heaven coming in to buff out the Breath of Heaven. You also see the Healing Ward. Full-on heals for this Karazim. Going to be interesting to see what is the heal amount at the end of the game. And it looks like it's also going to be ferocious healing for Sonya. She's going to do a bit of a solo heal. Revenant, a little bit of trouble right here. Has got a Mosh Pit, does not have the ability to pop it, but there goes the Divine Palm. Absolute good opportunity. Mosh Pit will connect on the back line. One man down in front. Thrall's already gone. Zay swings by. Nice disengage, but getting called out right there. Yu Yang somehow saved the day. And Relics, they did drop Thrall, but Sage, they're on a bit of a nice spree here to mount a massive comeback. Yu Yang again, going in. Oh, nice entangling root coming out. A big mistake by Nelra, getting caught out like that. And down goes the Karazim. 3 men on the top lane for Sage Gaming. They have to make sure that they peel enough. Trinity is not a full body, but will also go down. 3 versus 3.5. Abathur's fake. And we also have got Sonya channeling most of the charges on the bottom temple. This is absolutely awesome for them. They knock off the bottom fort. Maybe Sonya's going to be able to go and pick a fight on top. But because Thrall has just respawned, they got to play very safe right here. Do they want to go for the boss? Do they have the heroes to go for the boss? Are they tracking the heroes? There is the Mighty Gust. That's on a 30% ridiculous cooldown. Sundering, also very short cooldown. But they know that they have a small window. A very, very small window. Revenant. Gonna be very careful. Zace probably wants to time the Mighty Gust. Let's see how that works out. Revenant, nice aggressive play. They get the boss. Thrall tried to flank on the side. Would have been disastrous if they came in that angle for Thrall. Right, all the way from here. Abathur. Oh, you don't want to get spotted out here. This is a traitor right here, guys. You're looking at a traitor. You better just dip tunnel away. And he's gone. There we go. Back to the top lane, back to applying pressure, still maintaining a bit of EXP lead. But Sage, they say enough is enough, we're going to push the bottom lane. We know you don't have Ultimate Evolution, and now you don't have the Tranquility. It's gone, there's no Malfurion. A lot more damage coming out from the backline. Trinity spawning out the Ultimate Evolution. There we go, it's gone as well. Myrrh Does not have Sundering. Relics seems to be losing a lot of ground here. If this boss pushes down the keep, it's a huge win for Sage. Give me the pick off Muradin as well. Relics, oh boy. If the bottom keep goes down, Sage is in a great spot right now. They get back the level lead, and it seems like they were able to force Relics in an engagement that Relics don't want to be in. It all fell apart when you saw that the healer getting picked apart, Julian there. Meat Fort will also go down. Sage applying a lot of good discipline, rotation, and pressure across this entire map right now. They get the siege cam, free pushes there. Relics opting for the bruiser cam, great option as well. Let's look at the other talent options here. And this is going to be a lot faster for me anyway. Grace of Air, Thunder Strike, Giant Killer, Bombard Strain, Life Seed. Nothing surprising, but no ice block, which is half the problem in the last fight. For Sage, it looks like it is going to be a very consistent Face Melt, Giant Killer, Mystical Spear, Fission Bomb, and Relentless coming in. Oops, a fight going to happen here. Relics wants to pick this one. Sundering is able to box them out of the Bruiser camp. And you also see Zace with another pushback. On the Mighty Gus Trinity here is the fake Feldstat. Will be going down. Julian pops Tranquility. Derp already going to the back line. A lot of damage from that end. They don't have the Feldstat to join the team fight. 3 versus 5. Sage, if they pick off the Thrall here, it's going to be huge. And there goes the Mosh Pit to secure Mur. It's the battle of the Captain. Revenant, man, is on a bad blood spree against Mur. Using the Mosh Pit, making sure he is going down, and he went down. Relic still very, very consistent. They're still somehow in this game because Trinity is soaking the lanes really well. A bit of a free charge at mid-temple. But Yu Yang, as much as he want to try, we got that Sonya, we got the Karazim at his mid-temple. There's no way he can pick a fight right here. He's probably, just dancing around, acting as a bit of a distraction, but there's nothing better to do. Literally, nothing better to do. You cannot go to the lanes. It's all pushed out. What do you want him to do? No camps as well, He can go to join the rest of his team, but I think it's a lot better he provides vision right here. Maybe enough for a lockdown against the ETC. Does not have the Mosh Pit. They should be tracking that. There is no Tranquility for the next 30 seconds. If Relics wants to pick a fight, they're going to be very careful against the Divine Palm. That's the only thing you got to worry about. A lockdown against Kel'Thas, a bit of out of position there. The Sundering does not connect, but it seems like Divine Palm is going to connect a little bit. And there goes the extra channeling on the ETC's back. As good as new to Cal. Meat very fresh. Probably going to serve up Class 1, Division 1, Prime Reaps right there if it did go in. But anyway, Mur, Yu Yang, they pick up Remnant, charges off the temple there. But Sage is still ahead. Sage is still ahead. They just need one good fight. I mean, this is a really frustrating game for them to play because they're up against Abathur. And Abathur, look at that talent option. It's ridiculous. You're looking at Bombard Strain as well as the Locust Brood coming to play. This means level 20 is probably going to go for an extra push potential on the Locust build. 100% true with that. Oh, Yu Yang, Mur is in the vicinity. There goes the Pharaoh Spirits. Zerkion lands the Gravity Labs. Yu Yang in a lot of trouble. Does not have the getaway. But there goes the Mighty Gus. It's being forced out already. Can Yu Yang stay safe? Mur is the next target. Ancient Spear off cooldown in just about 6 seconds. Oh, I'm wrong. It's just 2 seconds. But Yu Yang's going to be okay. There goes the Hammerang. And yeah, no, don't push in at this stage. Win a fight, and then we talk. That's for Sage. And I was just talking about that. Abathur's going to apply a lot of lane pressure. It's absolutely awesome that they push down the bottom lane, because that is where Abathur's almost guaranteed to be at. That really just restricts his ability to push the other lanes. I know Abathur wants to take the top lane, but it may not be possible. Hold that thought. Hammerang coming out again. Trinity. Sundering splits the fight in 2. There goes the Pharaoh Spirit as well. And there goes the nice Divine Palm by Nelra. Hyrine's going to be safe. But on the backline, we see Murray going to flank against the Kel'Thas. He gets punished really hard. Thrall goes down. Here comes the Hyperion. Also, the boss respawns, but Raynor pays the heavy price. Will go back to space. And we also see on this side, Julian getting chased by Derp. Oh, you don't want to have an angry Sonya in front of you, and a really, really badass Hyperion. Luckily, it's off cooldown. Julian goes down at the end. Unfortunately, Abathur is not enough to save the teammate there. 2 Temple. Boss has an option. It may be game right here. This is what we're talking about. Sage, they don't need to care about maintaining a level lead, whatever. Just go and pick a fight. You are ahead. You're up against a composition that's great at a late game. You want to make sure they go for a fight and pick them off one by one. There we go. Muradin also gone. Out for the count. 3 men down on the side of Relics. This is a free boss. This is a Siege camp. The other Siege camps on 50% discount, so grab them now. And probably want to go for the temples as well. They can push if they want to win here. 35 seconds. Nope. Murden's gonna respawn in time. They gotta decide. They gotta decide. Trinity does not have heroics. This is a fake Falstad. Probably means that it's gonna be a waste. It's a nice try, but unfortunately the boss is still gonna go towards Sage Gaming at this state. And you see the real Falstad on top, making sure that he gets a bit of nice charge on the top temple. But Falstad is not made to do this. You cannot put a Falstad against the Temple Guardians. It's not possible. We also see Hyrene, mid lane. Hyrene's a lot better. Does have the bullseye. Yep, there we go. A bit of a stun on that part. And for Sonya, you also see no escape. Increase. Look at this. Increased movement speed. Not even going for extra damage. Whatever. Just movement speed. Just giving chase. Just doing a bit of damage to the Murden in front and then chasing the back line. That's the objective here. They don't have a burst healer on the side of Relics. Sage looking really, really good. They just need to take one game off. This is a round robin game. They take one game. They rob Relics of this 2 points. 2 extra points. What's the worst case possible for them? Maybe a tie, 1 game, or 1 point each team, which is really good. Relics down to the core. 80%. Can the favorite team in this entire league mount an epic comeback? We'll see. Level 20 already for Sage. And seems like it is looking really, really hard. We got Nexus Frenzy, Bolt of the Storm as well as the Hardened Shield. Hardened Shield for Sonya, Bolt of the Storm up for Kilthas and at ETC. And a Storm Shield up for the Karazim. Peaceful Repose would be the other viable option, but I think that going for Storm Shield's a lot better. You know that Karazim does not have a lot of heals for the entire team over large AoE. And you know the Relics want to flank that Kel'Thas in the back line. And you at the same time know your Sonya wants to have a go at them. Like, let the Sonya go. Why not, right? Follow the Sonya in. Kel'Thas needs to stay safe. If a Thrall appears on the back line, it's a lot of a trouble. Yu Yang looking to make the play right here. Sunring's going to be a bit of a play as well. Where is the Mighty Gus saving that up a little bit? But there comes Hyperion, and there goes the Mighty Gus. Is it going to be enough? They want to take down the Rainer, but I think the core is going to go down, and the core will go down. Sage Gaming wins the first game against Relics. What an upset, setting the tone for the Spring League. Oh, God. Relics losing 1 game to Sage Gaming, and there were a lot of theory crafting the backline. Relics, hot favorites to win this tournament. Why not? It looks like it's a great team. They changed up the roles, but it did not work out this draft. It was overly ambitious. It's back to basics, guys, which is why it's 55% against 45%. I personally thought that, like I said, Sage, they can win the fights. They're just going to make sure that they pick the fights at the right time, and they did. They did it really well. They sneaked a really good boss. They 100% made use of their boss. Don't get me wrong, that's the one small little window. That's the 5% window. And they made use of it. They pushed the bottom lane. They wiped out Relics' bottom lane. And from there on, you could see the Relics is completely disoriented already. Looks like Revenant's, again, there's a reason why he left the team. We'll see what the reason is. Hopefully, one day we get the opportunity to talk about it. Let's check if we have a replay. Nope, we don't have a replay. I'm going to show the score screen right now. So let's go into the score screen. Remember I said about the heals on Karazim? It's 75,000. That's a lot of heals, guys. That's really a ton of heals. It's made possible because of the healing ward. It's made possible because of the Echo of Heaven and great Divine Palm plays. Come on. Not a single Divine Palm missed this entire game. Every single one connected beautifully on the ETC or on Rainer. It's so good. It made sure that, that whatever dive efforts Relics had is a complete waste. So that is the one factor that I think Relics did not really, put into consideration there. But we went through this already. They had the early game, they had the game plan for Relics, they had everything going for them up until level 13. That was the point. One small mistake, Julian on the Malfring getting caught out at the bottom lane, right outside the keep, and there the entire snowball happened. They could have just went back to soak the lane, but it's theoretically very hard because you have constant pressure in this battleground. And I think Sage they knew it. They knew this because they went for the siege camp way early on, and those apply natural pressure, just natural pressure against an Abathur. There's nothing Abathur could do against them. I mean, it's gonna take them a lot of time against minions that are buffed up and all big and all. Let's see. Really, really insane. I'm getting the second game prepared right now. Sage Gaming, regardless whether they won that game or not, because this is a best of two. They will get the opportunity here to decide for themselves if they want a map pick or a first pick. So waiting for the information, and then we can relate that to you. We're also going to go for a short break first. That's what my producer, Zenpakuto, as well as Mr. Worldwide are telling me. They're doing a great job on this production. Hope you guys enjoyed this custom coverage. I'm so sorry there's no instant replay. Apparently, the whole fight went through too quickly. The system wasn't even ready, it seems like. But no problems. This is Bayable. We'll be back really shortly, so stay tuned, sit tight, and we'll be back. Tranquility on 4. Sundering connects beautifully on most of them. Revenant still on the side. And there goes that extra Blessed Shield. And Trinity gonna drop as well. Trinity goes down. 2 men down on Cell Relics. And the fight swinging in favor for Sage. They have consistent damage. Great flank by Revenant. Blessed Shield going in.